This is Mathematical Methods. It's the second in the series of sums of functions, and it looks initially at the difference between functions. If f of x is h of x minus g of x, in actual fact it's the difference between h of x and g of x, so there's a subtraction between the two of them. And let's say h of x was e to the x and g of x was x. I'm actually going to turn it into the addition of functions of h of x plus the function negative x. So I actually consider it the same as the sum of functions. Here is h of x, the exponential. Here is g of x, where I'm considering g of x to equal negative x. And it's the same process. Add the y components together. 0 plus 1 is 1. That value there looks like around about 3/4. 3/4 plus 3/4 is 1.5. This is a large positive, this is a small positive, so it's going to be above it. This is a very large positive with a smaller positive, so it's going to be above it. So we have some sort of graph here approaching that line. What's going on here? This is an exponential bigger than 1 and getting larger. This is a negative. However, this is growing at an increasing rate. This is decreasing by a gradient of 1. This will grow much bigger, so we'll end up with that process happening. So that's a reasonable sketch of the addition of those two functions. The last example I'm going to do in the second example is the addition of an exponential and a trigonometric function. So k of x is m of x plus n of x. m of x is e to the x plus sine of x. I've drawn both m of x and n of x, and I'm willing to add them together and call them k of x. Okay, 0 plus 1 is 1. That plus 1 will be that height. 0 plus the curve is the curve. 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 This is negative 1, so it will be below. This is positive 1, so it will be 1 unit above. This is negative 1, so it will be 1 unit below. So I'm getting this curve occurring. This is negative 1, which will be below that, which will be down there somewhere. This is 0, so I get the curve. That's positive 1, so up there, that's 0, so it's on the curve. That's negative 1, so it'll be there. That's 0, so it'll be on the curve. So we end up with this sine curve straddling the exponential curve is the curve of k of x, the addition of m of x plus n of x.